This is the Juice Box with episode 183. I'm very sorry we've been kind of stagnant these past couple months. Vacation, traveling, work, bad backs, engagements, pregnancies. You name it, it's happened. But AJ, thank you for joining us again.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
Trying to think, what was it, May? Towards the end of May, I think? Or was it June? Were you one of the Juners? Oh, shit. Episode 182.
182.
182. I'm wrong. I have been corrected.
Yeah, my last episode was 179.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Very recent.
yeah, it's very recent. I know. That's why I'm surprised I'm back here already. I normally don't come back.
Any life-altering events since then?
No, none at all. None
You
at
did
all.
go on vacation, though,
I
didn't
did-
you?
Yeah, that's not life altering, but I did go. Yeah, I went down to see my my son Robert and the kids. I did something very exciting there.
Uh-oh. Did you end up doing it?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
The mudding.
Yeah. How was that?
It was better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really bad. But we got up early in the morning, drove an hour to get to this place called Buc-ee Beach,
Okay.
and it was the day after the 4th. So there was hardly anyone there. People had already cleared out that morning. So it was really nice. It was very cool. We spent the whole day there.
So
Did it.
paint a
Mhm.
picture for me, because I've never done it.
Okay.
I've seen videos, but I've never done it.
Bubba, have you done it before?
No, you, like referring to like ATVs and stuff.
Yeah. So Robert has what is called a sidewinder, which has two seats in the front, seats in the back, so he
Okay.
can seat 4 people. Robert's brother JR has a sidewinder as well, but just has people in the front. They're like almost like souped up golf carts
Okay.
with bigger wheels and traction and a bigger engine. It's just like, and you go there, and I don't know, it's hard to explain. You go there. Robert took us down, and he had his sidewinder on a
Trailer?
Thank you. A trailer. And he drove us down there. We got there. We drove around like across the muddy hills and stuff, and got over to their special place by this. It was really like a dirty water hole.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's where he set up camp, because that was their traditional place. Behind them were all these trees. It was like a wetlands. All these snapping turtles were in there. He set it up, had this incredible tent that he put up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got his sidewinder out, got that all set up. Everyone's chilling. They had their folding chairs and everything out, and we had our different drinks ready to go.
Some beverages.
Couple bevies?
Yeah, and it was and I dressed down completely. I had old shorts on, cut off tee and everything. I was like good to go. And we went riding. It was, I sat in the back with my grandson Justin, who was holding the dog. They took their puppy with them. I know, it was
That's
crazy.
awesome.
But no, it's just weird. It's like you're driving around, and it's like you're just going up and through. And they have a course where you go over and around. Like you could drive around in circles there. But the real people, they go out, and it's like 40 acres of land, and you just go through trails, and you ride on trails, and you have to be able to look and see like what water is good to go into and what's not. Like if it's really dark green, you don't go in it because it's too deep. If it's really dark brown, you got to be careful about it. If it's a little lighter brown, you can go through it. But it was just like we just rode around. We stopped periodically. We stopped at. It was funny. We stopped at this place. It was called Site 52.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you know what that means?
No.
I'm not sure.
It's 52. It's something about marijuana.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that?
The drug, yes, a little
Yeah,
bit.
I've
Yeah, but no,
dabbled
and I
once
was
or
like, oh, look,
twice.
they even have some of these sites labeled. It says that's not really a site. That's just where people go, and they were explaining to me, they go and get high and stuff. Really?
They
And
do
so,
drugs.
yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
where they would stop there, and we didn't stop there, but we drove around.
Uh-huh.
There were other lakes that we could go to. They were not lakes, but they were like ponds. And we went swimming in those, in the filth and the dirt. I mean, it wasn't filth. It was just
Yeah.
like muddy dirt. And we just spent the whole day there. Robert cooked out for us.
That's
threw
fun.
some stuff on. It was just like this really cool day. And
Now,
so,
did you guys ever get close to getting stuck? Like in terms of
One time Robert got this big branch stuck, and it was stuck into like the side of his tire.
Oh wow.
And we had to pull over and get that out. JR was a little bit more reckless.
Okay,
he
we
got,
love
he
it.
got stuck a couple of times, but he knows how to get out of that stuff. It was just incredible.
Yeah.
It was like, it was just something I love doing it.
Well,
It was really
that's
cool.
because why
Yeah.
when when
Mhm.
you texted and you were like, "Hey, I might be doing this," I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Do it," because like it's nothing that I've ever done. A lot of people don't get the opportunity to do it, but
Right.
if somebody was like, "Hey, I have one of these. You want to go rip a trail?" I'd
Yeah.
probably do it just to say I did.
Yeah, it was. I was nervous because they kept saying you better dress. You better wear something you don't want to. You're not worried about ruining or anything like that. And I said it's gonna be wild. I don't know if you're gonna make it. And I was worried about having a heart attack on here and everything because blood pressure was like.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. It was a good time. I enjoyed that. That was fun. Then I headed down to Hartsville, South Carolina. That's where Emily and Michael moved. On the way down there, I stopped. I know you've heard of Buc-ee's.
Yes.
This is just, yes.
I've heard of it, never been
never
there.
been to one?
Don't really
I-
understand the hype around
I
it.
have recently started hearing about there's a podcast, shout out
Mhm.
Bussin' with the Boys, Will Compton and
Mhm.
Taylor Lewan, and they've been talking about Buc-ee's, saying how it is the wildest kind of gas station with so much shit in
Yeah.
it, and I just kind of want to make a trip just to go to a
It
Buc-ee's.
is. There's actually going down there. Like they live in Hartsville, and this is like right on like the turnoff before you go down to Myrtle Beach. So people will stop there.
Okay.
And they're actually putting one over on the other side of Raleigh in North
Okay.
Carolina. But you go in, it's like, and I went in on a day when it wasn't crowded, but 50 gas pumps
That's
there.
crazy.
50 gas. It was like that methane gas, which is like 10% methane, I think is what it is. So it's cheaper, but it burns faster. But people
Gotcha.
just like, I don't give a shit. They're just going to get the gas. Then I went in, grabbed it, flew out, grabbed the gas, flew out, went and parked it, and then went in. It's just, I can't even explain it. It's just you're walking into like a gigantic store / gas station, but like it's stuff like you walk in and like people are everywhere. They're bouncing around. You got all the drinks back there. You got this whole gigantic like, it looks like a gigantic, like the deli at
Yeah.
Kroger.
Yeah.
It's like 3 times that size, but the entire case is filled up with different types of jerky.
That's what they were talking.
I
Like, I
know.
love beef jerky.
And you're like, I'm like, what the hell? And
Yeah.
like you go around and that's like there's anything that you want is there.
Is it like a Sheets on steroids?
Yes,
like
yeah,
times
I would
like
definitely say
10
that.
or
Like triple,
15.
quadruple the size of a Sheets.
Damn.
And it's something you have to go in, and so you ever get down that way to go through and see that. And like drinks everywhere. I actually got the brisket.
okay.
It's like
Did you see him cut it?
Yes.
Apparently, there's a whole orchestrated
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
they
they
yell
just sit-
some stupid shit and
They
cut
do.
it in front
They
of you.
sit there and they're like chopping it up and there's a woman standing in the front. And she's giving out banana. They just have one kind of saltwater taffy. It's just banana. Get your banana, stuff like that. And like you go up, she's like, try it. And you just go up and you just like, can I try this? Oh yeah. You end up getting some. They
Yeah.
have Buc-ee's beaver nuts, which are like, I know, because there's a thing about beavers. 'Cause
Yeah.
You know what beaver
Beavers and
means.
nuts. You put those together.
I
You have
know.
children.
But then it's like, and then you have like, there are beavers that you can hold and like squeeze and stuff like that, and they're like really soft.
I wonder what the physically closest one is to us. Probably would be the Raleigh one. Well, when it opens up, right?
Probably, yeah, I would think that,
Damn.
they're just building. But it's so cool to see it, and I don't know, like that brisket, it just melt. I got the extra large one. While you're
Might
there.
as well, yeah.
I was like, oh
When
my
in
God,
Rome.
it just melted. It's like I've never had anything like that. It was so tender, and it was like there's food everywhere. I never seen anything like it.
Man, how can we get a
Mhm.
Buc-ee's in West Virginia?
I don't know. I don't know. It's I
We
think
got
they're
room at the
primarily-
Highlands.
Good luck
Buc-ee's,
with
if you're
the
listening.
Sheets monopoly.
Yeah,
I think
that
it has
is
to be on
true.
a major highway, because that's like 50 gas.
What about
you know,
downtown Wheeling,
Oh, well,
epicenter.
well.
I mean, we're put-
We are
vibrance.
doing a lot of
Yeah,
revitalization.
that's
there.
right.
I mean,
I
we're
know.
putting a visitor center in. We might as well put a Buc-ee's, right?
I think we could. It would be incredible.
You know?
But no, it was really cool. It was cool, and
That's awesome.
because we were talking before about like, traveling back and forth, and it's like. But I'll tell you, once I left, I went down. I spent the night at Michael and Emily's, and then I drove home, and then that's when I drove up through Charlotte and experienced the Charlotte Expressway. It's like, what? Woo!
I know
That
that's what's weird about Charlotte
Mhm.
is like you feel like, well, I guess you technically are just driving
Mhm.
in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, you're literally just driving
feels that way.
around
Yes.
the city, and then if you put it in your GPS
Mm-hmm.
and you're not familiar with any kind of expressway, like if
Right.
if I'm from somewhere that doesn't have that and that's my first
Mhm.
time, it keeps telling you to like take a left to get on like some
Mhm.
kind of exit.
Right.
I remember the first time driving through it. I was driving down to a bachelor party in Orlando. This was actually the week that the Pandy started, and it was really early. And I'm like panicking because I'm like, "What? Where the hell?" I don't. I just kept driving, and then luckily it just kind of resets itself.
Pandy? I've never heard it called that before.
The Pandy,
That's
baby.
hilarious.
Yeah,
I like that.
the old Pandy.
It
It
But,
takes the edge off of it.
it
Yeah,
does.
it
It
does.
does. It does.
Well, because me and Bubba were just chatting a little bit because he's getting ready to head down to North Carolina himself, and I just experienced a great airport run these last couple days,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's insane how airline prices are so expensive now.
Are we just getting into it?
Let's just get into
Yeah.
it. Airline prices are so expensive now, and they're never on time anymore.
No.
Ever. So you pay all of that extra money that, before was probably half of what it is now,
Mhm.
and you can't plan. We had 2 layovers, both
Now,
in
where
it.
did you fly out of?
So
And-
we
okay.
we flew to Pittsburgh. I'm trying to remember. This would have been Saturday morning. So our original flight Saturday morning was supposed to be at 6 a.m.
Mhm.
So we got a hotel up there. Luckily, we got a hotel up there. We were going to take the shuttle over, which we ended up doing anyways. Then we're laying down, getting ready to sleep early. You get the text. Oh, now your 6 a.m. flight is pushed back till 9, and then you're like, well, okay, and then you have to reschedule your connecting flight.
Right.
So not only are you rescheduling the first one, now you have to reschedule the second one. Well, of course, that one was delayed too. That's how it is. So we were supposed to be we're flying into Fort Myers. We were supposed to be at the Fort Myers airport by 12, I think. We didn't get down there till like 4. So, I mean, luckily we had
That's a day of your vacation.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
luckily we had driving arrangements and stuff like that, so it didn't end up really screwing us as bad as
Right.
it would have. And then on the way back, the first flight out of Fort Myers was on time. Then we fly to Atlanta. And this is what pisses me off the most. You fly to Atlanta. Atlanta's the biggest and most busiest airport in the United States, apparently, or in the
Mhm.
world, whatever it is. We're sitting there. Our flight's supposed to leave at 8:55. We're sitting at the gate. The flight gets delayed, but they don't tell anybody that they switched it from Concourse E to B. So everybody's sitting there. Luckily, my mom had her phone out and was kind of refreshing the thing. And because it takes like 20 minutes to get from one concourse to
Right.
another in that airport. So then we jump up and you got to get on the train, drive down. Our flight was supposed to be filled, and I would say it was probably at 50% capacity because so many people probably weren't paying attention because they didn't announce anything.
Or they got on some other flight, on
Yeah.
another plane somewhere.
I mean, it's crazy. It is really crazy when you think about it. You're spending, let's just say 400, because mostly that's how much flights are now, and you really can't plan anything. And so, me and my dad came up with the conclusion: if you're going to delay flights, you should start giving money back. If you're going to say, hey, this flight's pushed back here, I should get some kind of refund because I'm going to have to replan my entire day.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And I had this question before. Was there a time when there was direct flights? I swear there are 0 direct flights anymore.
I don't think there are any direct
It
flights.
just
Very few.
was there ever
No.
a time where you just got on a plane and went to where you're going?
Yeah, I remember when back in the day when I was a kid, I flew from Pittsburgh to Orlando, or no, Pittsburgh to Fort Lauderdale straight through.
Because
Yeah.
I know they used to, for like
That's-
senior week and stuff, they used to have direct flights from
Mhm.
Latrobe to Myrtle Beach like every half hour or some shit. I had a layover in Charlotte for Myrtle Beach. It's
Yeah.
like you can't get a direct flight to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, and now it seems all of you got these big airlines that got all this bailout money, and it's
Right.
all like, oh, there's no employees, you just got all this money. Like, pay people more money to work.
The only one that I know does straight flights is Allegiant. That's the only
Oh, do
one.
they?
Yeah, it's cheaper.
And
The seats suck. But you know what?
but isn't that weird though
Yes.
that the smaller airlines
Right.
are being smart and they're like,
Right.
let's do the direct
Right.
flights. Now they may only fly out on either Thursdays, Tuesdays,
In certain cities they don't go to.
but
period.
it's
Right.
like, hey, they're being smart and scraping that
Right.
pan where everybody else just kind of left
Yep.
it in the
Connecting flights freak me out for that very same reason. You think about it. I mean, like, if you could have drove down to Florida, probably in the time that it would have taken you to get, you consider the travel time, like the night before, and the cost and the expense. That's why I have a hard time flying unless it's an emergency.
And if you ever scroll for the cheaper flights, it's
Uh-huh.
like, oh, there you can all additional flights. It's like 12-hour flight time,
Right, and
because it's broken up in 3 different airports.
Exactly.
well we always like when we're doing this stuff, me and my parents will sit there and we're talking, and you got to put yourself in the perspective of an age bracket that's not technological savvy. Because I can tell you what, my grandparents would never be able to fly on their own anymore.
No, absolutely not.
Because one, any menu in any of the bar restaurants, it's all
Mhm.
QR codes that you
Mhm.
scan. They wouldn't be able to do that.
Right.
They don't have phones. Two, they're probably old school and would print all their stuff out. So they're not re-scrolling and they're not announcing over the airport
Right.
like, hey, we just changed your gate.
And they can't figure out Concourse B from Concourse D
No.
or whatever. Mm-mm.
So it is. I'm always the one that's kind of on the side of, well, that's just how things progress and things age, yada yada. But I really do. I'm starting to think like you really kind of are really eliminating the old generation in a lot of things, a
Right.
lot of technological.
And when it's not making it
things.
easier, it's like,
No.
what's the fucking point?
Right.
No, it's very frustrating.
I agree with you. I have to weigh very heavily between driving and flying. The driving, it's exhausting, but that's a lot of money to fly, and time. It's the same time. It's like, and it's just as stressful anymore.
And it makes you think like, I'll just keep using the 400 mark. If a flight's $400, you're probably not going to spend more than that in gas.
Oh God, no.
No,
Especially if you're going down with 4 people.
yeah.
No.
I don't know, man. I mean, and I saw we were chatting about this. There's an airline called Breeze Airline that's starting to open up and fly. It's kind of like an Allegiant airline, fly direct flights out of, using Clarksburg for the example. But you're starting to see all these little airlines that are like, hey, we're doing the Florida direct flights or whatever. And I mean,
Good luck, though. The
I know.
airline industry, it has the highest barriers of entry of any industry.
yeah,
It's just so expensive to operate an airline.
yeah.
And the margins are like so small, so that's why there's like 4 major airlines.
And then we're flying in a fucking storm yesterday. So we had to fly around in a circle for 40 minutes for the
That's
storm.
kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, especially when you're in the middle of the cloud that's thundering, lightning, and raining, and you're playing shaking like a shake weight, and you're just like sitting there flying in a circle.
Was there booze? Were they serving booze at that time?
No, because
Oh,
because
my
the flight
God.
attendants can't stand. They have to sit down and stay buckled in like everybody else. I didn't even get a
You know
bag
what?
of chips.
Sign me up. Give me a badge. I'll do it.
I didn't even get a bag of
They should
chips.
just give it to you when you're coming in.
Yeah.
They should.
Ugh.
Hook you up when you're
Can
coming
you
in.
bring airplane bottles on a plane? Have we talked about that? Because I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't think you're supposed to, but
Isn't it legal? Is it legal?
I don't know.
You mean like the little...
Liquor bottles, yeah.
I don't
Some
think you're
hooch.
allowed.
Mm.
I don't think you're allowed.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Because I know, like in Pittsburgh, I always like to go to like one of the restaurants there, and they'll always give you
You know,
to-go cups, but they won't let you take it on the
you know, you
plane
can
if
go
it's
into
alcohol.
the airport now and just scan your ID and like get past security and stuff.
Really, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Apparently, that's what someone told me. You don't need like a ticket to get in the airport anymore.
Well, I know that's how it used to be.
It's
I
about
think.
time.
Mhm.
Come on.
Because my dad used to say that you would go in there and kind of shop like a mall. Like at one point in time before 9/11
that's
and
crazy.
everything. Like you could just go in and shop and wait for your friend or whatever, whatever it would be, and you would just go like you're going to the mall.
Right.
But you can't do that now.
Nope. No.
Oh, and there's nothing worse than going through TSA. Every person has a different rule. Keep your shoes on, take your shoes off, take out your computer, leave your computer in.
I've been lucky, but they were really cool in Myrtle Beach. Did I tell this story in here? They were like ripping this dude.
No, go ahead, let it fly.
Because he had one shoe, and they're like, "Oh, did you lose your shoe, buddy?" And he was like, "No, I got robbed. They took like $4,000 and everything I had." So they were all like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry."
Oops. Damn.
Because he just put like one shoe in the like compartment thing.
That's hysterical. That's hysterical. Oh shit! But yeah, but it's been a little while, and that's what's hard. Like I have all these things written down, but it's just weeks past stuff. But I guess here, let me see. Rest in peace to Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was very sad. We always hate that. I did have something that I want to talk about that I don't have a lot of information on, but I found kind of interesting, was that Sound of Freedom movie.
Yes.
The new movie that came out about and it's true story, I believe, about the guy that was kind of the, I guess, vigilante and helping the sex trafficking stuff. And it's getting a lot of hate in the mainstream media, and they're not showing it in theaters.
Well, they're showing it around here.
Are they?
Yeah, I know it's at the Highlands.
It is?
Yeah.
No, not the.
And at the mall as well.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain it is.
Because I want to go see it.
I do too.
Because it's weird. It's just weird that this kind of movie is getting such a backlash when it's trying to promote a serious issue that is going on within this country and the world.
Is anyone pumped up for Barbieheimer?
I am. I'm very excited. And
Are
you're conflating the two.
Yes. Are you seeing either one or both?
I want to see Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
I don't want to see Barbie.
Why?
You got to do the double feature.
It's a comedy made for adults.
I don't really like watching comedies.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
I understand, but it's the yin and the yang.
Okay, well, this is interesting. I've never heard anybody in my life say they don't like
I
watching
can't remember
comedies.
the last comedy that I've gone to see.
So why don't you want to go laugh at something? I think we're about to dissect you right now. We're about to figure you out.
Let's just stay on topic about the Barbieheimer.
No, well, yeah, we are.
I don't know. Like I don't know. I have very few comedies that I actually like, and I don't normally. I'm not one to watch. But then again, I watch comedies on television. I don't know. I just don't go to the movie theater to watch comedies.
Okay.
I don't know why.
What's your favorite comedy movie?
Well, I told Get Him to the Greek.
Okay.
My Best Friend's Wedding is a good one.
That is a good one.
The Big Bang Theory were a movie. That would be one of my favorites. But I don't even own a lot of comedies.
Did
Elf.
Okay. Did you know they originally offered what's his name? What's his name in the show? Sherman, the Big Bang Theory. Sheldon. That was originally supposed to be Macaulay Culkin.
Really, I didn't know that.
They offered it to Macaulay Culkin first. He declined it, and now I sit back. I'm like, I don't know if the show would have been as good if it was Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, it would have been weird.
No.
But
you're gonna go see what's the allure of Barbie for you?
Dua Lipa specifically and
Dua
Margot
Lipa?
Robbie. Yeah.
What's a Dua Lipa?
Oh man,
one of the most.
I don't know. I'm not trying to be
She's a
stupid.
global pop sensation. She's great.
She's beautiful.
But I thought it was Margot Robbie.
She's the lead. Yes.
Yeah, Dua Lipa is Mermaid Barbie in the movie. But I listen, listen. Barbie for me,
I'm sorry.
I think the appeal more for me is that I think this is the first time I can ever remember growing up where they are pairing two movies together and trying to promote two movies at
Yeah.
once. I've never seen that before where they're like, hey, we have a serious true Oppenheimer story and then we have Barbie coming out. Why don't you guys take this weekend and go see both? Never in my life have I ever remembered two movies with two completely different directors, two completely styles of movies where they're shoving them together and going, hey, you guys need to go see both of these. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Somebody ruined the Oppenheimer ending for me. No, I'm just kidding. I know what happened.
Yeah, so I want to go see Oppenheimer though.
I haven't seen the new Mission Impossible yet.
I see. I've never seen one of those movies.
Me either. Tig would be mad. Yeah.
Tig would be pissed. I've never seen
What?
one.
I mean, they're great movies.
I'm just
but-
not a Tom Cruise guy.
Okay, I mean, I remember you said that before. I don't know. It's hard to decide. Like, I want to go see something, but I don't know what I want to see. I want to see that Sound of Freedom one. I think a lot of people are talking about. I'd like to go see it.
Yeah.
But I think a big. I don't know. I was watching Russell Brand. He was kind of talking about it.
He's
a little bit.
great.
Yeah, he was saying a lot of it has to do with like because it's a small market. It's kind of almost like the airplane thing. It's a small market movie, and it didn't have like any major studios pushing it through, but people are gravitating towards it because of the subject matter. And there's this issue with they say it's related to QAnon and.
But
like,
see, that's the weird part is why wouldn't a big market, what are they called, network or whatever, try to push this? Like you would think that one of these major movie outlets or whatever the hell they are would grab onto this movie and be like, this is something that really needs to be out there. That's what confuses me of why, for the first time in a long time, this is a kind of a movie that can hit home with a lot of people because it's true. It's
I would guess on like the opposite of the conspiratorial area. It's because it's like it's not a comedy. It's not there's not a huge market because you can't take your kids to see it. And then also it's like kind of I'm assuming it's like a depressing movie. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's not like I'm excited on my Saturday to go see this movie. So it's probably like a smaller. That's more of like a sit at home on your couch. Oh, I'll watch this movie.
Yeah, and again, I don't disagree with that, but it's also too, it's the same kind of story as like an Oppenheimer thing. It's a true thing that's connected to war because the guy was like a Navy guy or an Air Force guy that became some kind of vigilante advocate. Like, I don't know, like people go see war movies in theaters. You can't, those aren't projected towards kids or anything like that. And those are true kind of stories, like that Covenant movie that just came out that was Guy Ritchie's movie that was supposed to be really good and has to do with the Taliban, and it has this whole storyline and everything, and that's not true, but like major theaters took that on. I don't know. I guess I'm not even trying to be a conspiracy guy. It's more of I don't understand why.
I don't really know why Oppenheimer is so billed. Is it because it's literally the only movie right now? Because I mean, like I'm a history guy. Like I understand why I'd want to see it. But why is like so many people, the general public, interested in seeing that movie?
So
I know two things about Oppenheimer.
I know nothing. So
A, he was part of the Manhattan Project, and B, he had a quote that said, "I am death, the destroyer of worlds." That's the only thing I know about him.
yeah,
I think it's the director
Christopher Nolan.
You're right. Yeah.
It's stock full of premier actors, major studio backing. But Sound of Freedom, smaller studio, maybe religious studio as well. I don't want to say that unfairly, but I know that this is the same studio that that creates The Chosen, which is like it's a TV series about the life of Christ, and I think that's I don't know. I think it's more. It may be a religious company as well.
Oh,
and
okay.
there may be overtones with that, but I don't want to say something that's not true. But Yeah, I don't know. It's just odd. I do want to see it because I think it's a lot of people have been talking about it.
Because
yeah.
we were just talking about it
Mhm.
in Florida, and I'm trying to it beat a major market movie in the opening weekend, and I'm blanking on
It was. They said that it beat the Indiana Jones one.
that was it. Yep,
But
Indiana
they-
Jones.
Yeah, it's weird how everyone's spinning it. Like when it came out, they said, "Well, that's not necessarily true because Sound of Music."
Sound of Music.
That one.
What's the name of this?
Sound of Freedom.
The hills are alive.
The Sound of Silence.
Sound of Freedom. The Sound of Freedom. I think it opened that weekend, but Indiana Jones was open from like July 4th all the way to Sunday, and so like it had already kind of blown its opening weekend early because it was stretched out over 5 days. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like it was
does.
like looking at specific days. They said they beat it on that day. And you can twist statistics anyway. So I don't
True.
know. I just think if you're interested in going to see it, go see it. I
Yeah.
don't like, it seems like it's an interesting movie.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
that whole world's in a weird
Yeah.
stance right now because the writers are on strike,
Yes.
the actors are on
Mhm.
strike.
Right.
And I know nothing about that other than, our boy Ted, friend of the pod. I mean, he's a writer, and it makes you, it kind of makes you think. It's like, yeah, you have all these, big actors, actresses, big writers that are in support of this, aren't working, but it also kind of opens the door for like other people that may want to get in that business. So that's a weird one.
Yep.
It's a very weird one because I know specifically the Marvel nerd that I am, and Deadpool's right there. Deadpool 3, Ryan Reynolds is an actor, and he wasn't allowed to improvise lines,
Right.
Because he is toked as a writer, which is weird. So I don't know, guys. We're in a weird place. We're in a really weird place.
I don't know. So what's the first one you're going to go see?
That's the big discussion. What do you surround your day with, and what order do you watch them? I think you do an early showing of Oppenheimer.
You have to because it's 3 hours.
Yes, you hit that early, then you go eat, then you
Well, you're doing it all in one day.
Yes,
yeah.
and
Oh, okay.
then you might recharge a little bit, and then go see Barbie at night. More of a fun atmosphere. Then maybe go drink after. Maybe
love it.
Maybe Oppenheimer, eat a couple cocktails, something outside. Barbie, go drink.
I'm in.
Can you do Oppenheimer before Barbie? Since Barbie's, because I hear like people are just leaving Oppenheimer just
Going straight to Barbie.
just like exhausted from the movie
Oh,
because
yeah.
of 3 hours and the subject. It's really a heavy movie, and would it be better to go see the comedy first before you
to
see
get
something
yourself?
that heavy?
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Because I know for me, I've already come to the conclusion I'm going to go see one of them tomorrow. I was already looking at times. I really want to see Oppenheimer. I guess the appeal for me is the cast. I mean, you got so many great people in it, and truthfully, I honestly don't. I know that he was the guy that helped create like the atomic bomb or whatever, but I don't know much about the whole situation. So I'm excited more in learning what actually happened. Like just from seeing snippets of it, I think it's very interesting that they pulled in all these people from all across the country and they created a town in the middle of the desert for all the families to live while they were doing all of this,
Right.
which is cool. Because like I never heard of that ever. I didn't know that was like a thing where it's like, hey, you're really good at this. We're going to move your whole family and we're going to build everything to surround you.
I guess that's why I would maybe that's why I kind of fall towards the more serious movies or something like in that sense, because it's something historical, and I don't think we have a lot of those movies out, particularly during the summer.
I agree.
Right,
Like I would like if I'm comparing, like I want something a little heavier if I'm going to go and sit in a movie theater for a couple hours, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
So do you get snacks at the movie?
Oh yes, of course.
What do you get?
Do you sneak snacks in the movie?
Oh, that's a better question.
I used to, but I don't anymore.
I never have, and the one time I went with Zara and he brought like a whole
Yeah, he brings sandwiches.
he brought a whole Chick-fil-A meal in. I was like, you could do that?
Yeah.
They let him in with a Chick-fil-A.
Well,
meal?
I think it was winter, so he had a big coat
Oh.
on.
Well, I used to do that when I was a kid out at the mall. There used to be an Italian restaurant
Okay.
up like right beside where the movie theater was, and they would always have these big bags of fresh Italian bread. And it was like, oh, you just grab a loaf of bread, put it in there, you have your drink in there, and you go in because they're going to put it in a bag anyhow, and you just sit in there and you eat bread the whole movie.
Yeah, it's just like
it sounds weird, but like I know you're laughing, but it's like good Italian
no,
bread, right?
I could,
You know what I'm saying?
I could do it with Panera's baguettes.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I
like,
could
it's
go
just-
buy
yeah.
like 7 baguettes.
I know.
and
What
eat
if we
all
got
of
like soup? Try to go in Panera soup.
them. I mean, you could, dude. You'd have to balance it really big underneath your
Yeah.
coat. You probably have to get a fanny pack for
Wear
that.
a funny
but-
hat or something.
Yeah, but it's worth it. It's worth it if
I
you
don't
can
know.
get
I
it
just
in.
I'll just go in and get the popcorn and the drink
Yeah.
and just. But I try to, do you try to force your way through the whole bag of popcorn so you can get the free refill? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
'Cause
probably.
you're like,
You probably paid $12 for it. You might
yeah,
as well.
but- so you force your way through the popcorn.
Yeah, see, because for me, I go to the movie obviously
Mhm.
for the movie, but I also go because it's one of the only places you can get a legitimate icy anymore. Like
Yeah.
the
That's
actual
fair.
And nothing's better than a
Mhm.
legitimate icy.
nothing. Literally nothing is better
Yeah.
than the icy brand icy and the
That's
icy
fair.
machine. I'm trying to even think. I think maybe Sam's Club used to have one, or like Kmart might have back in the day.
Kmart back in the day had the
I
icy.
think Sam's has it, but it's behind. Yeah, it's behind where they sell the pizza.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because remember Kmart was one of the original
Kmart.
places that had a Little
Mhm.
Caesars.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
First place I had Little Caesars.
That's
That was
wild.
back
in
in
the
the
Kmart.
day. That was great.
They had that giant ass TV that probably weighed 9 million pounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Would play the ads and shit.
that was nice there.
It was
It-
nice.
It brings back fond memories, like
does.
Kmart, and going in there and going all the way back to the corner up near the front.
Yep.
And getting the two little squares of pizza
Yep.
and a drink.
It's just
It
weird.
was like pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pizza,
that's
pizza.
exactly.
Don't you remember, like, pizza,
That's
pizza?
Exactly right.
Pizza
yeah.
pizza. They don't. I don't even think they use that anymore, do they? They don't use pizza anymore, do they?
I don't think
Oh, that was.
they
back-
need to start again. Bring it
pizza.
back.
Pizza.
Pizza,
I know.
pizza.
Mm.
But yeah, it like all of most of my childhood memories are getting excited to go walk around places with my
Mhm.
parents.
Yep.
Hey, you want to go to the mall? Hell yeah! Walk around, hit every shop. Now you walk into the mall and
It's a desolate, yeah.
makes you want to cry.
Dystopian, sad
It really
place.
is.
It
And then
does
you still
look
have that
pretty
one
though.
dude. You still have that one dude that's standing in the middle, like, "Hello, would you like to sign up for brownies for
Yeah.
my blah blah blah?" It's like there's only like 7 people in there.
That should be the fantasy football punishment. You got to do that. Get 10 people to sign up for your survey.
That would be hysterical.
Yeah, it would.
And you can't leave until you get it. Oh man, you'd have to be a good salesman.
but so I think we've come to a conclusion what our punishment's going to be the next season.
Let's go. Let's dive in because it is training camp started, so it is
It has.
officially football season.
So the punishment is however many hot dogs Joey Chestnut eats in the competition, you have to eat through a week.
Oh my god!
And the first batch you have to do like him, like you have to live stream it eating and see how many you can eat.
that's hysterical.
Yeah.
That's actually a sick punishment.
Oh no.
So you're eating like 70 hot dogs in a week. And Schwartz claims he can do it in 3 days. So
If Schwartz can do it in 3 days, now that he's my neighbor, I will watch. I will go up and I will get a chair. Yeah, right up the street.
No way.
Yeah, he's up there now.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was wild. We had a nice little shinny dig at his house a couple
Yeah.
weekends ago. Say it's nice. There's a lot of people living there. Tank lives up the street as well now, so it's cool to have some
That's cool.
young
Good.
blood in the hood.
Good.
You know.
Good.
But I did see there was another one. John Hamm was talking about how
I love John Man.
his fantasy football league. I don't know how they do it,
I've seen this, yeah.
but there's X amount of people that sign up for whatever it is, and everybody shows up to the draft, and then one person isn't allowed in the league, but you don't know until
Until
the
you
day of
go.
the draft.
He's like this big, actor. He's doing Mad Men
Uh-huh.
and flies in, like is hurrying, and they're like, yeah, you're out when he gets there. How funny is that?
Oh wow.
That's funny. Yeah, I was trying to get Brady to get our league to do it, and he was like, "I would genuinely be upset if I was the one." I was just like, "Whatever."
But
dude.
honestly, the ones that they were proposing in my league, that's so much better. I would so much rather do that.
yeah, yeah. So, oh, man, that hot dog thing makes my stomach hurt.
Mine too. I would literally be so sad.
So, is it just whoever comes in dead last has to eat all the dogs?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Shit.
I think I would be in it for like the day, like the one day where you see how many you can eat. First off, I would definitely throw up, but it would be funny. But after that, it would suck.
Okay, let's throw out honest numbers here. Let's be very honest with ourselves. How many hot dogs do you, just plain hot dogs, do you think that you could eat in maybe like an hour setting? Let's say.
Well, it's 10 minutes.
Or okay, 10 minutes.
And it's just plain hot dogs.
Yeah,
right?
just
Hot dog and bun.
Oh, probably 5. I don't think I can eat much like that.
That's a realistic.
That's
I was gonna say 5 too. So
I think I could do 8 at
Jesus.
least 8 to 10. But that'd be tough. I think 7, 8. Because I want to do the 9 in 9 innings.
Yeah.
Which I think I could smash in 4 innings. But yeah, I don't think I could do 10 minutes. You're throwing up. I'm throwing up.
yeah, it's the 10 minutes that intimidates me.
Yeah. Well, you gotta take down 2 at once and then dip the buns in water.
Would you be doing that with the
Oh
water?
yeah.
Dipping in-
Could you do that? It'd be tough for me, but
I don't
for the
I think-
showmanship, I think you have to.
I think you have to do that in order to get those down.
Yeah. So I guess I'm thinking without the water, I probably could eat 3 in like the first 2.5, 3 minutes. And then it's that back end that like really, that's when my stomach starts turning. And I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. Like,
But thinking about the challenge, it's like you got to do 10 almost. You got to do 10 in the first day.
yeah.
Because if not, you got 50 hot dogs. Yeah, it's gonna,
See, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this at you. The problem is that you're not receiving a reward for eating them that quickly because it's a
Right.
punishment. And so,
Great point.
you know what I'm saying? But
That's a great point.
could you eat more if everyone that is, I'm going to throw this out because I have no idea what you're talking about,
Yeah.
kind of. But what if everyone who's participating in this puts $100 in initially, and then the winner?
well, it's 50 a person.
Oh,
The
well,
winner
but I'm
gets the pot. Yeah.
No, but the winner gets a chance to eat the hot dogs for all of the money. And if the person can do it in eat a certain number of hot dogs in a certain amount of time, he keeps the money. But if the person can, the money goes back to the people.
See, that's
You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
hate that.
That's
Actually,
like
that's
you're not
literally
like, what's the?
but you're being punished for winning though, which is the problem. But I understand.
No, you're having an opportunity if you win. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
so-
like you're being punished right now. What you're doing is you're being punished for losing, right? But why do I want to try to eat all those? I'm just doing it out of
because
punishment.
I assume if you don't, there's some sort of
There would have to be some kind of, some
you have to
kind
do
of
it again
stipulation.
the next week. Yeah.
Because so
I'm just throwing it. You know
so
what I'm saying?
but you threw this out here, and now my mind's spinning because it's like you have the fantasy league. Normally, let's just say winner takes all. But what if the stipulation is the winner takes all unless the loser can eat X amount of hot dogs in X amount of time, and then that person, I don't know.
But
Why
then
don't
you
you
got
start-
sabotage and going
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
And,
Why
yeah.
don't you start off with everyone eating, like having a big hot dog competition right at the very beginning, everyone involved, and see how many everybody can eat in a half an hour.
I like the there is
Yeah,
it's like
you
you
know what I mean?
you run a 5K or whatever, but every like quarter mile you drink a beer.
Yeah, I don't know. How
I-
people
I
do that.
mean, I get what
Smash
you're
that.
saying. I know.
would smash it.
It's just I don't know. I don't think I could force myself to do it unless there was something. There was a reward at the end of the tunnel for me.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean? Because like that Joey Chestnut guy, what does he win for getting this? I mean,
Pride.
yeah.
He's an
no.
American hero.
Oh, he doesn't get any money for this?
I
he
assume he
definitely
does.
does,
Yeah, I
yeah.
assume he does.
Oh man, I mean, it's like, yeah.
I mean, he
it's a
holds the West Virginia record in the most pepperoni rolls in 10 minutes. He has records. He has food records all across this country,
But it's only because they won't let Kobayashi compete.
and that's a fact.
scumbags.
That's trash. They banned Kobayashi for no reason.
Well, they had to have a reason.
I don't think they did.
Is he American?
No?
No, but it was like a
Japanese?
I think he is. Was he American? I don't know. But there's some sort of money dispute, and he tried. I think we talked about this. He tried to compete one year because he showed up and everyone chanted his name,
Mhm.
So he was like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna go on the stage," and they arrested him. So because he's not in like the whatever.
It's like a league thing.
Yeah,
like,
he's not signed under their rules, so he technically can't compete. So they had him arrested.
Well, like
Which is a bummer.
like the PGA, you just can't
Right.
say, "Hey, I'm going to go play
Yeah,
a round of golf with Tiger
exactly.
Woods today and
Yeah.
walk on the golf course." So you're going to do that, and if everyone's going,
That'd be
ba,
fucking
ba.
sick.
Even with the crowd
Wouldn't
cheering,
golf,
like,
yeah,
well, if you golf,
slice one right in the crowd.
you know what I'm saying? But like, if you wanted to, you couldn't go out and play with
Right,
Tiger Woods.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But-
I don't know.
Yeah, they should have let him. He's Kobayashi.
I agree. So what's back? What's not back? What do we love this week?
Oh, here we go. So back I have Dua Lipa, of course. And then I have Call of Duty pregame lobby screaming matches. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
So they're like fixing the servers for the old Call of Duty movie or games.
Oh, I did not know this.
I've been playing Modern Warfare 2 all week. Sick.
Really?
Yes. And when you get to like the pregame lobby, everyone's screaming at each other like back in the day. It is great.
Yeah. Those
that's
memories are unbeatable.
Very back. And then also, unfortunately, Jambo Snap memories. Seeing a lot of those. Very sad. Rest in peace. Not back is violence in hockey, apparently. Can't fight in hockey anymore, even push around, you get thrown out.
What?
Well,
oh, that's right.
yeah,
Yep,
so-
I know what you're trying to say.
but even like in the ECHL, like where the Nailers play, they made some rule where I'm trying to think of what it is. I forget. It's some they just keep piling on anti-fighting rules, and I'm fucking tired of it. Just let them fight.
Yeah, because for me, fighting is a part of
And you're
of hockey.
losing that older demographic. I understand Barbarian or whatever, but like it's built into and you're like the viewership is terrible, and it's like, why are you cutting out segments that people enjoy?
I agree.
It doesn't make any sense.
I agree 1,000%.
Let's see what and then yes, I got thrown out of my adult league game in the first period. Hate to see that. And then not back, violence, and then the South Side in Pittsburgh, very not back.
What happened there?
Carson's closed apparently temporarily because of the violence in the South Side.
No
There's a bunch
way.
of stabbings, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
That's
so you
wild.
hate to see that too.
What we got?
I don't have back.
You don't have. You want to do love hate?
Well, this is confusing because I did hate love.
Well, yeah.
And what's back, not back?
So it's just
I mean, back is like
back in the news, back in style.
So here's two things that are back.
okay. I mean, okay.
Arena football is back in
It is
Wheeling.
back.
Oh
Good
yeah,
one.
that's definitely back.
West Virginia
Yes.
Miners are back. Philip Rivers.
And that shirt looks really. That would be a neat shirt to get.
Oh, it'd be sick.
yes.
Philip
I know.
Rivers back in the sack having his 10th kid.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Philip Rivers.
Shout out that guy.
Not back is this kind of weird, not weird. Not back is Delta flights. They have Spotify audio on there of all the Spotify podcasts, and they don't have the Joe Rogan Experience on there, which is a Spotify exclusive.
Well, that's
But they
really
have
weird.
every single other one. Also, too, for me, back is yogurt parfaits. I've eaten like 3 or 4 yogurt parfaits these past couple weeks, and it is slowly becoming one of my favorite foods of all time. So shout out yogurt parfaits.
Shout out.
It's all you.
Okay. Back.
Well, quick on the spot.
I was trying to
His wheels. are spinning.
ices. I'm not talking about the icy machine.
Okay.
I'm talking about the ices that are in the plastic sleeve.
Yes.
They have these ones at Sam's Club that are organic.
really?
And yes, it's like pureed fruit inside of it.
That sounds
And
good.
there's like strawberry, lemon, orange, mango, like they're mixed,
Yeah.
and it's a puree inside, and you freeze them, and they're incredible.
Okay.
They're
Love
not alcoholic or anything,
Love that.
but like really, really good. And I was like, I didn't think I would ever buy anything like that again because of the being in plastic and stuff. But yeah, absolutely, and not back. I thought they were back for me, but they're just not, like potato chips.
okay.
I'm just like kind of over them. I went
Okay.
through a phase where I thought, oh man, I'm starting to enjoy potato chips again, and I'm not
Flavor?
enjoying.
Flavor. Good.
No, I don't believe in flavored food. I don't. It drives me nuts, like the flavored food stuff, like the spicy stuff.
That's interesting.
I can't stand that.
So you're just a straight
straight potato chip.
Lay's.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Bland.
going with
Wow.
I was going with the Ridges ones for dipping purposes, but No, I'm just kind of done with it. Yeah. So anyhow, is that good for back, not back?
Yeah.
That was great.
And
Okay.
also not back is
Oh shit.
well,
You gotta come up with another one now.
yeah, not back
got
is
another one as well.
Larry Nasser.
Yeah, very not back.
He basically got stabbed multiple times in a Florida prison, which I don't care that.
Could not happen to a better person.
Yeah, I agree. I'm happy that
Is he dead? Is he alive?
I think he's alive.
Oh.
But again, I don't care if he is or not.
Also back in the news, the Tupac murder.
What?
Apparently, there has been a warrant issued for somebody
No way.
in connection to the Tupac murder.
Yes.
So, like, what, 25 years later, they apparently might have solved the Tupac murder.
Damn. All right, I got another one.
Here we go.
Back, Good Burger 2. They're
Huh.
they're filming Good Burger 2. It's one of my all-time favorite movies.
That's pretty cool.
Keenan and Kel. Who
Mhm.
loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. Can't wait to see Good Burger.
That's
2.
been a long time coming. That's
Yeah.
that's good. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
So, all right, that was fun. What do we love? What do we hate?
What do I love this week? I love that they still let kids play the outfield during the home run derby. I watched the home run derby. Well, I watched a little bit of the home run derby. Vlad Guerrero Jr. smoked one, hit some kid right in the face.
Nuh-uh.
Love to see it. Yeah,
Love that.
hilarious.
Love that.
What else do I love? That's about it for love. And then hate, LeBron James again. Hate LeBron James.
He
I saw
sucks.
like 3 minutes of the SBs that he's wearing. He's an asshole. He's just full of himself and basically said, "Thank God for all you guys that I'm still playing." He sucks. I also hate binge drinking. I'm getting old. I hate it. I've come to the realization. Am I going to still do it? Yes. May I do it tonight? Maybe. I don't know. But I hate it.
Will you regret it the next day? Yep.
Probably. I haven't drank in 2 weeks. I feel great.
I know, dude. Isn't that the truth,
But,
though?
like, it's not sustainable. Like, I'm
You
still
guys are
gonna
growing up.
I'm
I'm
still
really
gonna-
proud of you.
I'm still gonna have fun, but at the same time, like I've been doing it every single weekend since I was in high school, and I'm sick of it.
high school.
High
You're not-
school.
You're not.
You
21.
drank in high school?
You're not 21 in high school.
You drank in high school?
What?
Occasionally, I did.
What about you, Uncle AJ? What do we love? What do we hate?
Okay. All right. All right. Let me start with hate.
Okay.
Shopping carts. I think I've mentioned this before. I'm at Sam's Club today, and I'm backing out, and this guy is behind me. I'm trying to, like, it's this whole pedestrian thing, like, and I'm gonna kind of get on a little rant here about this.
Oh,
We
please-
love rain.
please
Because I'm
do.
like,
Get a little
I
angry
understand
too,
that,
if
like,
you want.
I get that pedestrians have the right of way. You know what I'm
In
s-
theory, they do.
in theory, they do.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think they're all taking advantage of it
Yeah.
right now. It's like they just
Move your
walk out-
goddamn
like,
ass.
I know you see I'm here, but like you shouldn't just like walk right out into traffic or just assume that because like my car is I'm going to stop because you start moving. I can't do that. And so I'm like backing out and this guy is taking his shopping cart. And I thought, "Oh, he's pushing it towards me." I'm like, "Why are you pushing it towards me?" Because he's just taking it out. I thought he was going to return it and he didn't. He returned it to the pole that was parked directly beside my car.
Fucking lazy.
I know.
That's lazy.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And it was like, he only had to go like an extra 5 yards or something to put it in the thing. I just don't understand how
Have-
people can't put those back.
Amen.
Have you seen the cart narc? Guy is hilarious.
What?
He's this guy that his stick is to like film himself putting stickers on people's cars that do that. They don't put their cart back in the buggy, and people freak the fuck out. He just like continually takes them their cart back. He's like, "Hey, could you put your cart back?" And,
I love this.
and they literally go insane and like threaten to kill the guy.
They put he puts a sticker on their
And he
car?
puts a sticker on their car. Yeah, I don't know what it says, but and
See, to me-
people are like pulling guns on him. It's hysterical.
To me, that's a real life vigilante.
I agree.
That's where I go.
Pay
like,
that guy.
This guy's a superhero.
But something needs to be done about it.
That's
Because
it.
like if everyone took that attitude, there'd be parking or there'd be like these carts all over the place in the parking lot. That's why they have them there. It's not. It just drives me
It's
nuts.
supposedly the universal sign and if you're a good person or not,
Ugh.
because there's absolutely no incentive.
and
to put him back.
empty carts. Why wouldn't you want to ride them across the parking
Yeah,
lot?
have a little fun.
That's
with
half
it.
the fun.
Yeah.
That's half the
I
fun
know.
of shopping.
Like when I got rid of mine today, I was taking it over. And a couple, I was like gladly taking it over, and a couple came over and they're like, "We'll be glad to take that from you." Oh, sure. And I spun it around so they could take
Yeah.
it. Said, "Thank you. Hey, you're
Yeah.
welcome."
Have a
But
great
not this
day.
guy. I just don't understand. Like, what? I don't know.
I love that one. That's a
Can I
good-
go
that's a good
on
one.
with the guy?
Keep
I got
going.
two
You
more.
go as long as you want.
All right.
I got nothing to do.
Dishwashers. I don't. I'm starting to hate dishwashers because
Interesting. Okay.
I think they're. I just rather wash it, let it dry, and put it back in the thing rather than just put it in the dishwasher. But I had an incident before I came
Okay.
here, and it created an argument at home with my 94-year-old mother.
I love that. That's a great statement.
She's not going to hear this podcast, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what it is, but hopefully no one will tell her that I said this. So anyhow, I came home, and we had just gone to Respects the day before, and she had gotten some pork chops, which are on sale right now. I think for like $1.88 a pound or something
Pork
like
chops, smack.
And I was like, "Are you really going to cook these? Because I don't like normally eat pork chops." And she says, "Yes, I like pork chops." Says, okay, so she baked them while I was gone in the middle of a summer afternoon, turned on the oven and baked pork chops.
Hot?
Yeah.
That's
mhm.
a
It was.
hot.
I walked in. That's like, oh my gosh. And so anyhow, she finished it, and I was like, "Are you going to eat any?" "No, I'm not really hungry right now." I said, "Well, I'm going to eat one before I go down to the podcast." So I ate mine. I said, "This is really good." I had pork chops and applesauce from the Brady
Okay.
Bunch. From the Brady Bunch.
I didn't know there was I always knew that was a thing, and we did that as well at my house. But
Pork chops and applesauce.
I didn't know
Because it's
there
like
was
on
an origin.
Because
Of it.
Bobby was trying to create his own personality because he didn't think he had one. He's trying to talk like Humphrey Bogart. We're gonna have pork chops
Pork chops
and applesauce.
applesauce.
Gonna have pork chops and applesauce.
That's
But anyhow,
awesome. That's literally going to be the name of this episode. It's
So
pork
anyhow-
chops and applesauce.
so anyhow, I'm like, I finished it. And I took it out and I put it in the dish in the plate in the sink, and the place was a mess.
Okay.
And I was like, my poor mom, she's tired. She's in there. It's like, I'm just going to clean this up. I'm going to clean up her mess that she made doing all the pork chops. Started taking this stuff out, putting it in the dishwasher, cleaned out the sink, cleaned up the whole kitchen, did everything, getting ready to come down, got my notes printed and everything. And I hear bang, 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 bang. I was like, what's going on out here? So what's going on? I said, and here my mom is unloading the dishwasher.
Okay.
I was like, what are you doing? She said, well, the dishwasher's clean. I said, Mom, I just put dirty dishes in there. She says, well, I washed them. But you didn't tell me. Can you just put a damn note on the dishwasher that says these
good
are clean
point.
dishes? How am I supposed to know that? I mean, seriously, I put dirty stuff in there. And she's like, well, I don't know what to say. I says, well, I'm not helping you clean that up. So anyhow, I'm just tired of dishwashers because you never know who's unloading it and who's running it and when it's running.
That actually is a good point. That
You know
is
what
a
I
good
mean?
point.
Like-
There isn't like a universal
There
red
should be,
light or
like-
something that's like
yeah,
clean.
like when you're on the plane,
Clean.
like if someone's in the bathroom, it says occupied.
Yeah.
You should have a little slot that says clean.
I
or
love
something
that.
like that.
Love that.
And this other one, this is a personal thing. I was at the mall today, and they had this blood pressure checking machine across from Boscovov's. And
I love that you just called it Boscovov's.
that's so anyhow,
It's
you put
Boscov's.
that's what I meant. Boscov. So you put it in, you got to put in your age and everything. And I wanted to see what my blood pressure was. Well, something's not working, but anyhow, then it had BMI on there. Do you know what BMI is?
That's why I don't get on a scale.
Oh,
You just got to avoid.
it's not so much the scale. It's what BMI does to you. Like I know I appreciate you,
Yeah.
Jake,
Thank you. I appreciate you too.
because you motivated me to start exercising again.
Good. I'm
And,
happy. Bubba motivated me and JT motivated me.
There
so
you go. So we're good.
We're all
So
helping each
I
other.
weighed myself and I weighed 217 pounds. I'm not thrilled with that. I want to get that down. I'm trying to take a slow and steady one. My goal is like every 2 weeks, 2 pounds.
I love that.
You know what I mean? Slow and steady. I'm doing the intermittent fasting, just eat between like the same 10 hours every day and don't eat anything after that. So I'll be good. But anyhow,
How's that? Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, I feel
Oh,
like it's,
Is it working, you think?
yeah, there are different ways you have to do it for like different ages. I read about it. It's like, yeah, it's once you start doing
Do
it,
you feel better?
I feel better. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually do.
You
Yeah.
have more energy, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, because I have to cut it off by 5 o'clock. But anyhow, we're digressing completely. The BMI index, when you put it in, I was like, because I did it over at Wellness, and I was like, that can't be right, because I couldn't figure out how to convert my height to inches.
Yeah, I never know how to do
'Cause
that
you have
either.
to- shut up. I know.
I don't
listen,
either.
I'm 5'11", so that makes me 71 inches tall.
Good to know. I'm 5'11", 71. I'll save that
No,
right here.
Are you 5'11"?
Yeah.
Because you have to get on the scale when you hit the BMI. It'll say height, and you have to put it in inches. So you have to put 71 in, and then you hit it in, and then it'll give you your BMI.
Okay.
And then you go down to the. Do you know this? Did you?
I did not.
Okay. Then it'll give you the BMI. Well, the BMI was 32, and I was like, that couldn't be right.
Well, it doesn't take into consideration like muscle mass, right? So how does that work?
I'm not sure. Well, I agree with you. That's why I'm never going to do that again.
Yeah.
I'm going to defend you real quick,
Yes.
because wasn't the BMI something that was created in like the 60s or 70s when everybody was extremely skinny and starving and couldn't find any
You
food?
have to be skinny and starving to be anywhere where it's normal
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah, I mean, you're
You
technically a
do.
beast at any. Yeah,
You
if
are.
you're not.
And I know. I was like sitting there. I was
I've
like,
been a beast my whole life, Bubba.
Me too.
I'm obese now, and I don't feel like
Oh,
I'm
I'm
obese.
just a beast.
But like,
Beast. See what I
and
did there?
it's depressing.
See
because
what I
then,
did
then
there?
you go
You see
from,
what I did there?
I see.
oh, beast. Yes, it's good. Good.
Thank you.
But yeah, it was like, and I was really depressed. I was like, shit. It was because it was 32 over there too. So I did it right over there. But I was like, that's depressing.
Are you hitting the sauna?
No. But like,
It's the best.
it's just you're just getting rid of water weight, and you put it back on as soon as you drink water.
Yeah, but that's not the only reason why I go to the sauna.
I know.
It helps your telomeres.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll think about that.
Yeah, think about
Okay,
it.
so those are things I hate. I covered the Buc-ee's thing. I just love the blatant consumerism of that, the capitalism. It's
Yeah.
just like you revel in it, and it's intoxicating. And I don't know if you all are familiar with The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
The new show out right now, The Dead City.
There's another
it's
one?
Well, what they did is they're doing a spinoff with the old characters.
Oh, no way.
So like this one is Dead City. It has Negan and
it's all right if you
Never
can't
seen it.
no
I trust
Negan
you.
and what's her name on it?
I never watched The Walking Dead, but I know what it is.
He bashed his head her husband's head in with Lucille. Anyhow, it's really good. It takes place on New York. It's like the whole island is like a different world.
So is
It's-
this before or after The Walking?
After
Okay.
because they've all kind of gone their separate ways.
Gotcha.
But she's come back to find him because someone on the island has kidnapped her son. And Negan's the only one with the kind of ability and amoral attitude that can get her son back, even though he's the one that killed her father. It's just it's
That's
really
tough.
good.
That's heavy. Yeah.
It's
That
really
is
good.
heavy.
It's really good. I'm saying that's what I love. So that's all I have. I'm sorry I went on for a while.
No,
Sorry about that.
we got all day.
All right,
I really like The Bear. Everyone hates on the show The Bear.
I loved the first season. I haven't
I
seen
think
the
it's
second one.
I think it's great. I just started the second season, so I don't know.
The bear. I don't even. Do I know what this is?
It's on Hulu.
Yes, chef.
I think it's on TV as well. I'm not sure what network.
Yeah,
Is
the-
that the one with the rapper?
no.
It's
It's a
Did
dude
you ever
from
see Shameless? No, it's a character. So the premise is this like high class Michelin star chef, his brother commits suicide, and he basically comes home to run like the family business, and it's like a shithole. So it's like kind of the duo or the like two sides of what he left, and then it's really about like mental health and like there's a lot of that stuff involved as well. And it's just like it's very much like you don't even see the customers really. It's just very much inside the kitchen, which I've always really liked. So it's like an inside view of
And it
cooking.
just makes you call everybody chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes,
I'm
chef.
addicted to saying yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Cool.
Yeah.
On Hulu.
Hulu, yes.
That's why I said Hulu.
It's on there.
I actually think you would like it.
I don't have Hulu though.
I don't either.
Oh, somebody can slide you.
Somebody can give
I'm
you a
just
little
gonna buy
password.
it, and I'm gonna get the ads one because I hear if you get the ads, it's like
It's like $5,
Yeah.
$6.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What
I need to slash
I'm
them. I
so
haven't yet.
happy you brought that up.
the ads?
Ads are kind of nice because I
It's a
can get up
break.
and
It's a
pee.
break.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
know.
know.
I can get up and pee. I
Now,
can take my
there-
plate in
there
the
are-
kitchen.
There's some that are way too much, but Hulu, it's not that bad.
Yeah, like ads are kind of nice because you can do stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes when you pause a show and you go around and do something, and then your TV auto turns off, and then you just don't ever end up
It's a
turning
good
it back
chance
on.
to check your phone.
Yeah.
Get something to drink. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It'll save you some money.
Bring back the ads.
Real quick aside, ads I hate, stupid, but so I was working and I wanted to watch a show at the same time because it was important to me. So I pulled up the Xfinity Stream app
Okay.
and so I'm just streaming the cable that I fucking pay for.
Okay.
So there was a break and it said your show will return in 3 minutes with a countdown with ads. There's fucking ads on the TV. I see the ads already. I have a large ad to get back to the TV with ads. Why? I
Tapping the
pay
ads.
$100 and some a month. Why am I watching more ads?
Okay, so I'm happy we're talking about ads because that's a big thing with YouTube right now. Companies are, at least they were a couple weeks ago, companies are thinking about going after YouTube for the skip ads button because they pay all this money to advertise on YouTube videos, and most of them get skipped in the first 5 or 6 seconds. So like these companies are like, what the fuck am I paying all this money for when somebody can just skip it in the first 5 seconds and they're not seeing
That's a really
anything?
good point.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But there is that, there's two payment structures. Like you either get all the ad revenue or you have individual customers pay for your service, and obviously you have millions and millions and you're receiving all that.
Right.
So you can't do both, I don't think.
I agree.
Right.
That's when you run into problems. I don't know, it's too much.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see this is completely off topic, but I did see that one of the girls that was in the Charles Manson cult just got released from prison.
Yeah, I did see that.
Leslie Van Houten. And
Back on the street.
is she, that's what I was going to say. Is she, I kind of love this because
Did she do the murders? Did she commit any murders?
she got in trouble for being a part of some of the murders. Leslie, if you're listening, I'd love to have you on the pod. I'd love to sit down. I'd love to talk to you about Charles Manson. Charles Manson's a West Virginia guy. We can take you over to McMecken. We can show you where McMecken is, and we can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I agree.
But okay, something that I don't love. They're making another Willy Wonka movie. I love Timothy Chalamet, and I love Hugh Grant. But how many fucking times do I have to see Willy Wonka?
Yeah, the remake was kind of iffy for me too.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
I don't
I
think
turned
I
it
watched
off.
it.
Johnny
It's
Depp
such a
weirded me out.
classic. You can't. I just don't think you can do that.
Yeah, Johnny Depp weirded me out. Something that I don't love, and I know it's a generational thing, but I'm gonna say it. Old people wearing polos with tucked in their pants when they're getting ready to go on an airplane. What are we wearing suits for? What are we wearing suits to fly? This isn't the Mad Men days. Put on a pair of sweatpants. Be comfortable. Kick your feet back. Maybe a little flannel. I'll never understand the once you hit a certain age, your dress code goes to a polo shirt tucked in with khakis with the belt on.
Well, that's kind of
It happens.
what I've worn all my life.
Well, you don't have it on right now.
I don't. I know. I don't want to ever have it on again. I can help it.
And yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, and I
There's
love
nothing wrong with khakis, so
no. But on an airplane, there is.
no. Yeah, I agree.
I love this picture.
Wow.
Wendy's 1990s sunroom. We need to bring back sunrooms in restaurants.
Why did we get rid of them in the first place?
Why did we get rid of sunrooms in restaurants? Sunrooms in
That's fair.
restaurants, I think, are something that needs to be brought back. And I'm gonna we're gonna spearhead the charge here. We're gonna spearhead the charge, and hopefully, there's gonna be a sunroom in a restaurant near you in the future.
Yeah, Joey texted me one day. He was in somewhere bumfuck Ohio for work. He was in a rack sunroom. Yeah, so jealous.
Yeah, I mean, I know people love Tim Hortons, but the racks that used to be there,
Yep,
that was one of my
nice.
favorite places to eat
Yep.
when I was a kid. Favorite
Absolutely.
places to eat. All right, get out of here, Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, the only other thing I don't even want to talk about that. And the Epstein thing kind of does weird me out a little bit. It's a pretty plain as day video. You can't really see it in this picture, But I don't care what anybody says. That guy is 1,000% that guy. It's the same guy.
Yeah, that's not photoshopped at all.
No, it's not.
It's
Jeffrey Epstein is alive. He's well. He's in Lebanon, supposedly, and
we're gonna find him.
we're gonna find him.
Yeah, that's our calling from now on.
but we're gonna see Barbie first, and then Oppenheimer,
Yeah.
and
So,
then find
okay,
Epstein.
okay. A small town breakfast place, couple cocktails,
Mhm.
Oppenheimer, activity outside, Barbie, drinks, find Epstein.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Actually, sounds like one of the greatest days I'd ever have in my life. But yeah.
I want to get ahead of something if I may.
Oh, I'd love this.
We alluded to it earlier. About a week and a half ago, I bent over to pick something on the ground,
Smart.
and I've had the worst injury of my entire life. I've had some brutal injuries. I had shooting pain in my back, just outrageous pain the day of, bad pain the next day. Had to drive myself to Med Express, bent over like this.
You
Terrible.
drove yourself?
I did. It was a bad idea. I hit some guy's tailgate coming back. But that's I probably should have said that on mic. It was all good, no damage. But so, I'm getting old. Is the moral of the story. I'm getting very old, and I've never this is the first time in my life where I've had the realization that I'm not young anymore, because I haven't done anything in 2 weeks. I haven't lifted weights. I haven't done anything. I haven't played hockey because I can't. I'm scared to re-injure it. And it was the worst pain. I didn't think your body could hurt so bad. And I bent over to pick something up on the ground and just bent awkwardly. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's
You're better now, though.
better now, but I'm shameful, embarrassed, all that jazz. So yeah, I just wanted to get ahead of that.
Yeah. And I just thought of another love. So I'm just going to bounce back here. I love family vacations. That's kind of just where I came from. Shout out my Aunt Missy and Uncle Gary. We had a great time. It's like everybody gets old, life happens quick, and it was really cool to hang out with my younger cousins that are now my age when we used to all go on family vacations when they were younger children. So it was very cool too. Parents go to sleep. We're all sitting outside. You're having adult conversations with these little humans that you watched grow up, that are going through college experiences, high school experiences. And I think family vacations are fun because everybody has that mindset of we're just going to act like goose for 5 days.
Yeah.
We're going to laugh. We're going to sing. We're going to sing some Jelly Roll. We literally went out one of the last nights, live band. Dude started singing Last Night by Morgan Wallen. We erupted. It's just fun. So something that I forgot to say, I love family vacations. Very fun.
Oh, I love.
No, I just wanted to stare at you
okay.
and see what you were going to say next. But what's on your sheets here?
No. I don't want to get into this.
I hate the South Point Hockey Association, whatever it's called. I hate them. Had a championship game. We alluded to it again last time we spoke. We had a big championship game, adult league. Had some adversity early on. Some people that couldn't show. Playing a good team, and both me and my brother got thrown out on the second shift. First shift, scored a goal. Not a big deal. Come out flying.
Good,
And then I get thrown out on the second shift. If I had 3 shifts, I could have done the Gordie Howe hat trick, which is a fight, a goal, and an assist.
That would have been awesome.
Why did you get thrown out?
So scrum in front of the net.
Great question.
What's a scrum?
So a large gathering of people in front of the net. I scored, which don't always do. So I was real jazzed up, getting a little too aggressive in front of the net for adult league. But it was a championship game, and I kind of toppled over the goalie. I fell on top of him.
Toppled over the goalie?
I just fell on him. But hockey is that's one of the unsung rules. You don't touch the goalie, and I fell.
Even I know that.
I fell on top of him. So their team kind of freaked out, and 3 guys were on top of me, grabbed me, and then my brother punched the goalie in the mask, which is hilarious.
Let's go, Clay.
My brother was punching people. But I threw somebody down. Come on. Throw us both out. It's hockey. It's literally hockey. The game before, there was like fights. People were like getting thrown around. No
Is
calls.
this the first time you two have been thrown out at the same time?
Well, it's the first time we've been on the same team before. And yes, the
I mean,
first
what
time we both been
What an
through.
incredible moment. Though.
I know.
My
I
dad,
know. That's so cool.
I don't know if he's ever been more proud to hear that both of
Yeah.
his sons got thrown out at the same time.
You're like, I waited
They
so
pulled
many
up the video. He was
decades
watching
for
the,
this.
yeah, watching it. Yeah, it was cool. But
Sidebar, did you see that big
we lost. We got killed.
fight video on Barstool with the little kids fighting and the dude is in the background just fighting himself?
Yes. Yeah. It's
Great video.
a great one. Yeah.
I'll find it and send it to you. It's like a little scrum, like Bubba's talking about. All these kids are young, and everyone's zooming in on the kids fighting each other. And then you pan to the corner, and there's this kid just air fighting himself, and he's swinging and he's jumping around and acting like he's fighting. And it's literally a great video. Damn, there was something I was gonna say and I completely forgot. Oh, I think it should be a universal rule, regardless if you're pro, amateur, beer league, championship games. They should always be played like championship games.
You got to let the boys play too. Yeah, but yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
regardless what situation, like in a beer pong championship, shit's gonna get feisty. People are gonna talk shit. You might shove. In hockey, you might shove. Championship games should be played in a different way than any other kind of games, and I don't think you should have got thrown out.
I asked my brother. I was like, "Are we celebrating goals?" He said, "No, it's fucking beer league." But it's a championship.
It's
game.
a championship game.
My brother did one of the funniest things I've ever seen, if I may just touch on it quickly, in the to get to the championship game. So just to go off of what you said, they were being really ass, the other team, and we're beating them, I think, pretty handily at this point. So what my brother did is he scored, and you know in hockey how you touch gloves with everyone on your bench?
Yeah.
He did it with their bench.
Oh wow. Okay.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen. And the last guy on the bench actually stood up and swung his stick like a baseball bat and hit my brother in the back. And he didn't get thrown out.
Well, I mean, that's assault, dude.
That is assault.
I mean, that's jail time, if you ask me.
Yeah, but didn't get thrown out. But we did.
Fuck
It's
that.
a shame.
I want to know what's on the sheet.
Guys, how long have we been talking here?
Who cares? What, you got a date? You got a hot date tonight?
No, it's.
I think it's a controversial topic.
It's a controversial topic, and it's just too much.
Who's that?
What?
Nah, she's famous.
Never mind.
It's really
Well,
controversial.
can I at least I at least know what it is?
Yeah,
we don't
it's
have to
the
dive.
Jason Aldean tried that in a small town song.
Yeah,
Have you heard of that?
That is a controversial thing right now.
Yeah, I'm just the whole thing is a hot mess to me.
I haven't heard the song.
You haven't heard it?
No, I've not.
Have you heard the song?
I've read the lyrics, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't understand either way. I don't understand how you could put pro-lynching lyrics into a song, and I don't understand how you could accidentally put pro-lynching.
Well, he
lyrics.
doesn't actually in the song. It's really an interesting topic. He doesn't actually put anything about pro-lynching in the actual lyrics themselves. The song itself stands on its own in terms of like what they're talking about. But what has happened is they released this video of the song, and his band is playing in front of this Columbia State House. It's the same place where somebody was lynched. A black man was lynched.
I see.
Like
Gotcha.
I didn't.
like,
Yeah,
I didn't know
nearly
that.
100 years ago. And it's just interesting because I learned something new. I was like kind of reading this because like I got it. It's this thing called it's called sundown towns. Have you ever heard of that? It's real. They say the whole song is about like sundown towns. And what I was reading about it, and there's actually books written about it, that down south and across the country, particularly during the 1920s or so, prior to the civil rights movement, there were a lot of southern towns that would have like their own laws, so to speak, that were for whites and blacks.
Okay.
And if you broke this unwritten law, then after sundown is when things would happen.
Got you.
And so what's happening is, and it's just interesting. It's a lot of like, and that's when like the lynchings would take place. They wouldn't do it during the day, clearly. And that's what this is. It's just odd because it's such a interesting topic because that's what he's talking about in here. But like the video, he criticizes, like, some of the stuff that he said. If I may,
Let's do it.
you mi-
Let's talk about it.
I'm in trouble.
Let's talk
But anyhow,
about
he
it.
says, sucker punch someone on a sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. And yeah, that's kind of so in the video. And so when you get it, like you're listening to this, you're like, okay, what's he talking about there? And like, do you think, can we be real about this?
Yeah, let's be real.
Do you think he's talking about white people or black people there?
I mean, from what you just read,
Just based on the lyrics.
my initial thought would be that he's definitely not talking about white people.
But, okay. What in there makes you think he's talking about black people?
Well, read
The context?
It again. Read it again.
Okay. Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk.
Okay.
So do you see a black person doing that in your mind?
Well, no, I mean, anybody can do that.
Carjack an old lady at a red light. You see a white person doing that or a black person doing that?
I mean, both. I
Okay,
guess.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store.
Yeah, I mean, now that you're rereading it, I guess you could put,
Then it says cuss out a cop,
yeah.
spit in his face, stomp on the flag, and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. And so, like, to me, I don't know. It's like race is such a big issue in this country. And I think, like, if you cover this up and you just listen to it, I mean, what do you see when you hear the lyrics? And I don't know what a lot of people see.
I think the problem is the genre.
Right. Because
That's the
it's
issue.
country.
Yes.
Right. And so, but in the video, he actually uses news footage, from like things that are happening in the world. None of the news footage is predominantly black. Most of it, the people that are doing the stuff in here are white. In the video, which is odd. But then, like, you get to the chorus, and this is where this sundown town comes from.
I wasn't even listening. I was like, he's definitely talking about black people. And then
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know. Now,
But you know what I'm saying?
now
But,
that
like,
you said that, yeah.
He says, well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road around here. We take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't try that in a small town. And so that's where, like, people are saying, that's where I think people are saying, like, the lynching comes from, and it was like tied into the video because of where the video was filmed.
Yeah.
Because the man, like, I was doing some research on the guy that was lynched there was actually, he confessed to assaulting a woman, but only because he was afraid he was going to be killed. But then they dragged him in a car, like, all around the city at night. And so, but that's what happened there. And so then the question that people were asking, well, did they know that this is what happened there? Or do they not know? And they're saying, oh, we didn't know that that's what happened. That happened over 100 years ago. We didn't know that. But it's still like the same.
I just feel like it's kind of odd in general.
It's just the whole song. The song. I don't like the song. Personally, the song, I don't even like the song itself. I don't think it's a really good song.
Yeah.
But it's like gone up to like #1 on the country charts. They were banned from, because we had talked before about canceled culture. And he had been, the video is playing on CMT Country Music Television, and they've pulled the music video. They won't show it on country music television anymore because of all the controversy surrounding it. And so now everyone is canceling country music television, and they're kind of doing the Bud Light thing to country music television. Well, we'll show you. And I guess last night, or was it Wednesday night, ABC had their country music awards. And they did and he sang that song. It was on a tape version, but he performed that song on there, and people were bashing ABC for playing that, given like what the issues are surrounding the song. You know what I mean?
So here's my thoughts on this stuff always. And again, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of the outrage is coming from political justice white people that are always trying to take things to an extreme to initiate that kind of conversation. Because I always use Morgan Wallen, for example.
Right.
However many years ago, that video came out where he dropped an N-bomb, but it wasn't towards a black person. It was just him being drunk and saying that word. And all of a sudden, he becomes the #1 country singer. He's taken in by both sides. He's on rap songs now. He's always with Lil Durk, who's like a big rapper. They both do music together. And it brought him to a higher standard in terms of people being like, okay, this guy's not this bad. He made one mistake. He said one word. Here it is. These issues for me are very strange because it almost seems like that this was something that they didn't have anything to talk about on the news and they needed to find a problem, and now all of a sudden this is the problem that they want to find.
Yeah.
I mean that's my opinion on it. I've seen a lot of people, you get like it always turns political, and I think always when things turn political, it's just the news media outlets trying to create that division line, which we've talked about so many times on this podcast, fabricated issues between one race or another. And I'm not saying there's not problems, but I think we have to remember that the news is a fear highlight reel. It's kind of like social media.
Right.
Social media is a highlight reel of all the good things that are happening in life. You don't see the bad shit that people are going through. So you see all these influencers, all these celebrities, they're here, they're there, they're loving this, they're loving that. But then after that picture, they're fighting with their brother, they're breaking up with their girlfriend, they're running, they're having all these mental issues, and that's not what is talked about. On the other end, news, you don't make money on news from somebody saving a cat out of a tree. Nobody gives a shit about that. But if somebody runs somebody over in a car and it starts a riot across the whole country, that's what's going to be put on the news because that's what's going to get people's eyes on the issue. And again, it's a weird song to begin with. I don't know. I honestly don't know because I think I don't even know what I want to say. Because it's just
really,
it's a weird issue.
It's like I don't care what he can sing any song he wants. I don't have to listen to it. I've listened to it twice. I'm done listening to it. I won't listen to it again. But CMTs within their rights say we're not going to play that anymore because they're seeing it for what it is. But I think a lot of people, as you have said, they kind of putting the lynching on there, and it's just there's nothing in there about it, but it's referring to that culture that was there, but it's unstated. You know what I mean? It's like because like you're listening to it, it's like, oh gosh, here we go. Because you know what kind of music it is. And that's what he's kind of playing to a certain base there. So I don't know. I don't know.
It is weird. And another thing, since Bubba's on Threads now, and he swore he was never going to get on Threads.
Well, I'm on Threads, and I'm the only person that's on Threads.
Well, so Threads is weird because you don't see anybody that you follow. It's literally just all the biggest people. But I did see
like the liberals.
I did see Dave Portnoy make a point though to where Threads is kind of dangerous because you really would have Zuckerberg controlling all of the media when it comes to Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and now Threads.
Yeah.
And that's a dangerous thing to have one guy control everything, especially when he is known to kind of, censor a bunch of certain topics that happened over these last couple of years. I don't know, but see, that's the fucking problem. Everybody's always looking for an issue. Everybody's always looking for a problem. Nobody's literally just living their life day to day.
It's okay to call out a problem if you see it. You act like you can't say anything.
It's okay to call out a problem if you see it, but that doesn't mean that everybody has to have a voice on a topic on social media.
Oh,
we can talk about problems.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I don't need like a voice of some little white boy from Kansas in Timbuktu that is trying to tell me what's wrong with this, that, and the other. It's like, I don't fucking care what you think type deal.
I agree.
So I don't know.
I agree.
That's where we're at. That's where we're at. How do we feel, boys? Wrap it up. Got anything else?
Did you watch the last season of Superman and Lois?
No.
You missed an incredible episode.
Because I still need to watch the first season. And the second?
They're renewing it for. But the third season ended. It's incredible.
Great show.
Yeah.
I've been watching Secret Invasion.
Oh, that's very good.
It's actually really good.
It is. It's very good.
And it's a cool. It's something like it's like a crime thriller. Marvel's never done anything like that yet. So
It's so nice. It's not jokey. You know,
I know.
what I mean? It's
I know it's
can we
back
play-
to. I know that the comedy shit was getting old after a while.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I know.
I'm trying to think.
I was going through my likes on Twitter for
No,
stuff
you're
I
on
wanted to talk about.
Twitter.
Yeah. Ben Shapiro, I hate him too.
What would he do?
He
His voice is so funny.
Who?
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. He went to see the Barbie movie with like a notepad. He was like writing down stuff.
Oh Jesus.
And he had all these negative tweets about how it's I think he said all you need to know about #Barbie the movie is that it unironically uses the word patriarchy more than 10 times.
Okay, Ben.
So he's breaking it down from like a global government
Dude,
style.
what fucking happened to just like going to see something?
hold on,
and
you gotta
numb
see-
your mind.
You gotta see the picture of him though, if I could find it.
Well, but the flip side is that's what I think that's the point he's making. What?
He has like a playbook going in.
Jeez. That's the point he's making. Why can't you just go see a movie? Why do they have to in the movie
Yeah,
that it's about like a toy that many people had when they were growing up? Why do they have to bring up the patriarchy like over 10 times? He said directly?
Unironically.
Yeah. Why do they have to do that in that kind of movie?
All movies have hidden meanings and
but no.
things. Yeah, they do.
I
all
disagree
movies
with
do.
you. No, I disagree with you.
Why?
Just because I disagree with you, I'm allowed to disagree with
No,
you about that.
I'm saying
But
why.
like- but why
why
do-
though? Like
but-
what's your example? Like
what's wrong with him bringing that up? Why do they have to? Why do movies have to
I just
be
think he's a big
preaching?
nerd.
he's a big nerd.
Wow. So we're just gonna stereotype him and like name call,
No,
Just
I-
like he did.
yeah,
We're
I
doing
did-
exactly what he
I
did.
think he is a nerd
That's-
though.
He's breaking down a movie and I'm breaking down how he's a
No,
nerd.
but he could. But he could explain it to you. Oh,
That's been waiting to happen for years now, and it finally did. That's all right. We'll fix it.
It's our controversial
That's
talk.
the fucking.
I know. I'm
that's
just
the
saying.
patriarchy going
Yeah.
down. Keep going. Go
No,
ahead.
I don't want to argue.
No,
about
I'm
it.
no, I'm
No, I
listening.
don't know. I haven't seen the movie.
Me neither.
I probably won't see the movie. But
I probably will. But it's not for the government undertones. It's for Dua Lipa. And Margot Robbie, who people say is mid now, that's ridiculous too.
That's
I hate
the
that.
dumbest shit
Sorry,
I've
didn't mean to
ever
cut you off.
mid. Margot, well,
She's top tier.
Oh,
you know she's really good in that Tanya movie.
I didn't see that.
Wasn't she in that?
Yep.
I think she starred in that.
Yep.
Was that her in that?
That was her. Yep.
That was a really good
So
movie.
you're on that fence that she's
Hmm?
mid?
No, I thought she was really good. I don't care about her one way or the other, but I thought that was a good movie for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, I think in my brain, and again, my brain's a little different than other people. There's not a soul that is going to go in that movie unless you are a politically driven person that is looking for any kind of political angle sitting down talking about the patriarchy. Most people are just going to sit down in the movie, laugh, and not even realize that that's going on. Normal people don't go to these kind of movies and walk out and go, the patriarchy's risen. You have to go into the movie, hence why he had a fucking notepad looking for problems to talk about just to create an issue about Barbie. That's the problem I have. That's my issue. I don't go into movies waiting to listen for every single thing about, oh, it's pushing this message or it's pushing that message. Even though everything has a hidden message behind it, it doesn't mean that I'm going to go in and try to figure it out. I'm not looking
Okay.
for the problem.
You're not looking for it. Okay, so let me ask you this
Yeah.
then. Do you, when you go in, if you're not looking for it and it hits you over the head continually, how do you feel about that then?
But again, so me personally,
yeah.
I don't feel any certain way
Oh,
because it's not going to
God.
hit me over the head.
You're so full of it.
It's not going to hit me over the head.
You're full of shit.
I could
You
care
are.
less
You don't
about
want-
it. The queen's dead. The patriarchy's over.
That's a monarchy, but
Do you know what the? I'm sorry. Do you know what the patriarchy
No.
is?
No.
Okay.
Exactly. Who cares? That's my point.
Well, because you're a man.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Patriarchy's women that run the world.
No, that's matriarchy. It's like the patriarchy is like our country is when we have a patriarchy. It's like men are in control of things. Men dictate what people do, what happens in
patriarchy
society.
is like a broad topic or a broad idea. Wasn't like I didn't. I
no,
really,
it's
I
like
really don't even know
everything's
what it
result of men being in control
means.
of things.
Well, I didn't even know what it meant.
But hold on. Isn't that true? Isn't that true?
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
At least
Oh,
here.
See, I had no idea what it meant.
Well, read the def for
A
people that don't
system or society of government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and descendant is traced through the male line.
know. So
right. So
okay.
like men are in charge of everything. And so that's where like if it's a commentary on men controlling things and it's about Barbie and you're hit over the head, and that's why a lot of people don't like many of the recent Marvel movies, because men, it's like everything's being flipped. Like male characters are being changed into female characters. They're
But
made
that's
out
in the comic books too.
okay.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So like that's
But that doesn't.
years ago that have already been written in comic books.
I'm not
Already.
saying it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that like if that's what you see all the time and that's what you hear all the time, and men are commonly being portrayed as incompetent, needing saving, etc., it's taking the way that women were treated for so long and flipping it on the other end. But neither way is a good thing.
Yeah,
Does that make
agreed.
sense?
No, I
That's what I'm
1,000%
saying.
agree.
So,
with
like, if you go into Barbie and you're like, I just want to go and have a good time, and you're constantly lectured about like that,
that. Yeah.
then
But if that bothers you, doesn't that mean that you just need to look in the mirror and like what's wrong with you that bothers you so much?
nothing.
Isn't that insecure of yourself to be like, I can't believe that they're talking about the patriarchy? Like, who gives a fuck? It's Barbie. You're gonna see Barbie. I'm there. I'm there
right,
for
that's what I'm
hotties. Not
That's
that,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes. So why put that in the movie?
because again, every movie has tones like that.
But I'm allowed to not like it and
100%.
criticize it. He can
100%.
criticize it. Well, why is it doofus when he criticizes it?
Well, if he can criticize it, then I can criticize him for criticizing it.
Okay.
That's all.
Jeez. Bubba, you want to weigh in here, man? You're just sitting there.
Yeah,
you bring
sorry,
up
I
this
I
shit.
started that whole thing. Nah, not really. I don't know. I really don't have an opinion on it because I haven't seen it. So
You have to have an opinion.
I haven't seen it.
No,
I'm into my.
on the topic.
What?
Jake, he's got to have an opinion.
He does have
I-
to have an opinion.
I understand, but
Doesn't
I
he?
feel like you can't form an opinion until you see the subject of the anger or whatever
But it could be-
controversy.
Could be anything.
I don't know
Have you
how many
never seen-
times.
You've never seen a movie or watched.
I don't know how many
television-
times they talk about the patriarchy in the movie because I haven't seen it yet.
I'm not talking about patriarchy. You've never seen a movie or a television show that overwhelmingly preaches to you. Like,
yes,
put a
and
certain
I
political-
see
right.
where that can be irritating, but at the same time, I don't care. Like I might care enough to not watch it, but I wouldn't care enough to be like, you can't watch this who cares?
Okay.
Is my opinion.
Okay.
So I believe I'm on the fence between both sides because I see the point of caring enough to not watch it, but again, I'm not going to go on a national tirade against it.
Yeah.
And in general, I don't really care about Ben Shapiro's opinion. I just think he's a nerd on that topic specifically. I just think, in general, taking a notepad to Barbie is kind of lame, in my opinion. It's not against men ruling the world. It's more of he's lame.
Well, I brought notes to this podcast. I brought 3 pages of notes that are stapled together with notes written on the back. So am I?
You-
Am I a
you-
nerd?
No, you're preparing for a podcast.
Well-
It's different.
If you say so, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really good though.
I think all that stuff's weird. Like, because I've heard the Marvel outrage too. I know because I'm a Marvel nerd, so I know exactly what you're talking about here. And people, it pisses people off how in Infinity War when Wanda comes down and then it's the girls that help fight the person, and in Endgame there's a whole scene of all the women that are help fighting, and it's like, to me, that's kind of weird to be outraged about. Like, if you're
that didn't bother me.
I'm not
No,
you
right.
specifically, but there are people that argue that point, and it's like, if you're in the middle of a fucking war, I don't care who's saving my ass, whether it's a male or a female. I want everybody fighting for whatever cause that they want to fight, and everybody should be working together on the same team.
Okay.
But like, I don't know. But again, I hear you though. Like I'm understanding what you're saying.
Okay.
Just from my brain and my perspective, I kind of land where Bubba's at, to where like it I don't go home and gravel on those topics like some Americans or worldly people do. Like I don't think that's a big deal to talk about the patriarchy when like you have shows like The Idol that are on HBO that's literally a show about a man essentially, it's like taking control of a girl's career and mentally manipulating her in like a weird porny way. Like, yeah, that show got canceled.
Porny.
Yeah, it's a very rapey show. It's very odd, and I would not suggest it. It makes you cringe, actually. Yes, HBO canceled that show, but you don't hear Ben Shapiro bitching about how men completely took over control of Lily Rose Depp's character and tried to tell her what to do. Why doesn't he talk about that too? Why does it just have to be because a female-led Barbie movie, he's going in with his fucking laptop computer, getting ready to take notes on every issue that's going on just because it's a female-led movie? All I'm saying is that if a Ken movie comes out, I hope he does the same thing. I hope he goes to that movie with his notepad, and I hope he tries to dissect that movie, because I guarantee if it was Ken instead of Barbie, he wouldn't have done that. And I think that's the biggest problem with today, with where we are today. It's always things that are in this realm that we're talking about. It's always the female-led things that get completely destroyed in media and complaints and whatever it is. But on the other side, I don't hear anybody complaining about that. The kind of the men running everything. There's never any issues. There's no notepads. There's no conversation about that. All I'm saying is keep it equal. Let's if we're going to do it on one side, we have to do it on the other. Or you look like a douchebag completely trying to tear down a movie that is supposed to just make you laugh.
Do you think that he is part of the patriarchy by doing this? That he actually proves his own point? And
Yeah.
the point of the movie. Bubba, what do you think of that?
I don't
No, but you think
I don't know.
about it. Like, he's a man. I mean, Jake, think about what Jake just said. Are you even paying attention?
I'm very much paying attention.
Yeah, but like Jake just said that. That's a good point that you made. What if he is like, he's using his stance as a man, a prominent man in social media.
He's
A
doing
white male.
He's doing exactly what
what they're complaining about in the movie.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
doing that.
Yes. That's the first time I ever really agreed with you about something like this. That's good, man.
I mean,
That's good.
it is
What a
true.
moment.
It is true.
That's
though.
a good point. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it makes sense.
it gets old. Essentially, gets old.
I agree.
Sorry, bringing up Ben Shapiro. I'm just excited for the Barbie movie.
No, I'm very excited. I mean, as soon as I saw Dua Lipa was Mermaid Barbie, I was all in. I might go see it 3 times.
The press tour been successful.
Smoke show.
Is she naked on the press tour?
Essentially.
Oh.
What?
Essentially.
Mermaids don't have tops
You can see her nipples.
in the movie.
No, in the press tour. Yeah, Bubba, come on. Pull
ahead.
that up.
I mean,
Pull that up.
it's going to take
You
a
know,
second.
you have it as a screensaver. Don't even go there. You have it as a screensaver.
I don't have it
Bubba
as a
has-
screensaver.
Because you don't know how to put it up there as a screensaver.
Nuts.
If you knew how to put it up
There
as
she
a
is.
screensaver-
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's my little mermaid.
Oh.
Oh. See?
She's very attractive.
Yeah.
And you're right about that. Yeah. She's wearing
Nothing.
nothing. Little,
Free the nip.
I don't think that's appropriate.
Free the cheek. Well, again, that's a whole nother discussion. I'm not going to disagree with you there. I mean, there's some wild.
Do you save that on the phone?
No, I did not.
You did.
I did not.
Well, why are you acting like you? Why are you getting so defensive about it if you didn't? It's all right
He's-
if you did.
He's blushing.
I mean, seriously, if you did, there's nothing wrong with that.
I did not.
Okay.
All right.
We believe
Yeah, all
you.
right.
We believe you. But yeah, I mean, this was a great episode. Do you have
Yes,
anything else?
That's all that I have. Yep.
It's very fun. It's always a pleasure to have you. I'd love to have you next week if you're available. If you want to, if you feel free, if you want to come, feel free. Make sure to follow me on Threads and Instagram.
You're
You
on
really
Threads
not have
too?
Twitter?
I deleted Twitter.
You didn't see me get in a fight with the W guy. What's his name?
Oh, fill me in on that. Voice of Morgantown?
Yeah.
You-
Let me pull it up.
Okay, yeah. Dude,
I
how
know.
we
I,
just
I
gonna-
had no backup because no one has Twitter anymore.
Yeah?
I have Twitter.
Well, you didn't give me any backup.
I didn't see you say
Mm.
anything.
Oh, I can't wait for this. This is going to be great.
So the voice of Morgantown tweeted, made lots of progress on obtaining the Bob Huggins DUI dashcam video this morning after hours on the phone with Pittsburgh City Police and Allegheny District Attorney's Office. Stay tuned with the eyes emojis, #WU. So I tweeted, oh, I can't see my response. That's a bummer. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Son of a bitch. See, this is why Threads is better.
Did you delete your account?
I did not. So I sent him the thumbs down emoji, and he said,
That's a fine answer.
you won't watch it, comma, Bubba. For some reason, him calling me Bubba fucking pissed me off. Because like, you don't know me, and you're a fucking account. Like, what do you mean? So I said, I don't really wish to view it, comma, the voice of Morgantown. I should call him Brad. That's his fucking name. And he said, right, but will you watch it? So I tweeted, I will not watch the Robert Huggins DUI video signed Harry Slider 7/20/23.
That's great.
And I got a lot of love on that. And
Good.
some hot girl commented as well that she will not watch it either. So
Did you slide?
no.
That's all right.
Yeah, I thought about it though.
Yeah, that's all.
Why won't you watch it?
I don't know. It's not more. It's more of like this guy thinks he's the fucking news and that
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like
Okay.
searching for it. And like they're not going to give it to some random fuck. But anyway, like why do you want to see it? Like would I watch it if someone sent in the group text? Maybe, but like it's depressing and I don't really want to see it. So it's more of like you're really spending hours to obtain. Like you're some vigilante and like you're supposed to be like a spokesperson for the like and then it looks awful on the university. Like
That's
why
fair.
do you want to make it out worse for the university?
Because he's making a name for himself.
Yeah,
by
just 'cause
doing
it's-
it, right,
yeah.
clearly.
But he's a douchebag.
It's a good point, though. Good point.
So that was my fight with the voice of Morgantown.
I love it. Yeah. No, but yeah, I'm off Twitter completely. I deleted Twitter.
That's crazy.
I was actually getting ready to delete Twitter anyways. I kind of used this for the Tiggy Nation episode a couple weeks back. Threads for me is kind of like the nicotine pouch of getting rid of smoking. Like Twitter was smoking all the time, and I was always looking at it and smoking. And the nicotine pouch is me just having a place to scroll with words that
Yeah.
don't really add up or really mean anything just so I do it, but it's not creating that hit of I need another cigarette type deal. So I'm off Twitter.
I think I just need like a movement. Like if there's a mass influx of people that are just, I can't do it by myself.
Yeah.
because I feel like I'm missing out on like literally everything that's going on in the world.
Well, and I
Do what by yourself?
Like just delete all my social media apps.
Mm.
it's
It's tough.
I've thought about it, but
Well, we're all addicted.
that's
Oh,
the
for sure,
problem.
absolutely.
That's the problem. Is I'm extremely addicted to Instagram, for example. I don't think I ever can get rid of Instagram. I am on Instagram so much just looking at the explore page because it's all, Marvel shit will pop up, then a fat ass is twerking, then some more Marvel stuff, and it just like feeds my scroll addiction. Back to vacations. That's why I like vacations, because I don't mess with my phone. When I'm on vacation and I'm with family and friends, normally my phone is face down, and 45 minutes will go by. I'll pick it up, see if anybody's texting me, whatever, and I'm not sitting there on my phone. And truthfully, you're so much happier when you do that. You are so much happier when you're not on your shit all the time. Kind of like not drinking for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Makes you feel great. But we're all addicted. That's the problem.
Yeah. You'll have that.
Oh God.
Yeah, life is
It's
fucking
depressing.
It is depressing. Follow me on Threads and Instagram at Juice Fisherman. Make sure to subscribe to the Juicebox YouTube. As always, we greatly appreciate you all. We're gonna do our best to kind of get on a regular path here, but life happens. We're all busy. So we hope you guys enjoy what we put out, and it's crazy to think that our audience just went to 4% international. So shout out to all you international people that love the Juicebox Pod, because we love you.
Shout out.
We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Be Real, Threads. Search Bubba or Harry, my last name's Slider, and you'll find me. AJ, thanks for coming.
Thank you. You can follow me. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm still there. I got to figure out the Threads thing. But I don't know if I need another social media account. But I'm also at ajbucon.com. Planning on putting out a blog this weekend. Just not sure which one it's going to be.
Oh.
And
I miss blogging.
I know. I may do what I don't know. Anyhow,
You want a collab?
what's that?
You want a collab on a blog?
Sure.
That was a no.
No, we could do that.
That was an absolutely not. He's like, my blogs are serious. Yours stink. They're about funny topics, is what you were saying there.
Yours are about funny topics?
Yeah, stupid stuff.
I didn't know that.
No,
I thought they were serious.
no, they're not
I
serious.
always like read yours. Like, this is really profound.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Well, anyhow, my ajbucon.com, and yeah, I'll probably have one out this weekend, but you never know.
Shout out, Dua Lipa.
Shout out. Hey, where's JT?
Bye-bye.